Noia, and welcome to episode 5 of our part 10 series. O tuasa le Stephanie Furvoy. Rohen ne Chichima Pipche. Today we are here to interview Thierry Caswell. Fweksa Thierry.
Fweksa Stephanie. O tuasa Thierry. O tu hinta hene noato ma o tu ifata whane nusurongi.
So the first question is, can you tell us about what it is you do for a living?
I work for a company called Fonterra. I am the operations lead for the payments team. I also co-own a company called Dear to Us, which is a gift cards company.
Can you expand a bit more about your role in Fonterra and how you got yourself into these roles?
Fonterra is a global company, so we have payments that go international all the time. So we run all the payments for Fonterra Global, all from here in New Zealand, and that's part of my role. The other part of my role at Fonterra is managing the card system that we have. How did I get into the role? I've always been in the banking industry. I've always been interested in finance. I worked in banking for 13 years, and then I took a break and then came back and went into this role.
And so what about Dear to Us?
I'm obviously the co-owner of Dear to Us. I'm pretty much the accountant in there and do all the operations logistics work.
So what are some skills required for someone who would be interested in getting into your field?
It's always good to have the love of numbers. It's good to have an accounting background. If you don't have an accounting background, it's something that can be learnt. Operations, learning how things work together, and logistics, moving things across different business units, different countries, is always good skills to have. But in terms of going to university, definitely accounting is a good start to get into the industry.
What are the most rewarding parts about your work?
The most rewarding parts about my roles is being able to help people. In my Fonterra role, I have a team and I'm able to use my skills to upskill them into roles like my own, but also help people all over the world to be able to run a global company, which is not something that you can do usually here in New Zealand. And in my Dear to Us role, it's also about helping people as well, helping people choose the right corporate gifts, helping people choose exactly what they need to give to somebody else.
And on the same note, what are some challenges of these roles?
Definitely when our banking system here in New Zealand goes down, we can't pay anyone else across the world. So we're running a global company from here in New Zealand. That's the biggest challenge. Dealing with people is very rewarding, but it's also very challenging as well. In my Dear to Us role, the biggest challenge is when you're self-employed, it's only up to you. So you do as much as you can for your business, but if you are not motivated enough to do your business, then it's not really going to go anywhere. So that's probably the biggest challenge.
For someone wanting to go into your field, what are some tips that you could give to them?
Definitely ask a lot of questions, do some work, come and talk to me. We have a lot of recruitment people in the field, just in different companies. Talk to us, challenge us on our thinking and see if it works for you, because you don't want to go into a field that is definitely not right for you. Being out there, having a love of numbers, having a management type mindset, and having a passion for what you do. Everything you do needs to have a passion when you are in different industries, whether it's your own self-employment business or if you're working for someone else. To thrive in that area, you need to have a passion for what you're doing.
What are some skills that you've been able to take from your role into NZRF? And for those who are watching, can you explain a bit more about your role?
Definitely the management side, operational side. The finance side has also definitely been helpful, and the logistics work that I have done in the past has been helpful as well. And in terms of my role within the NZRF, I'm currently the assistant chair. There's a lot of things, right? There's a lot of operational work. I kind of do all different things. A lot of it is around chairing the meetings and having conversations with stakeholders and filling in when the chair's not there. It is a lot of work being in the executive team for the NZRF, but it is very rewarding. Not just being within the executive, but also being part of the whole NZRF as well. I've been part of the NZRF since I was a child, since I was 1 or 2 years old, and definitely have come through a lot of years, but the most rewarding part of it is about building the relationships. When I was growing up, the youth was a very big part of the NZRF youth, was a very big part of my life, and I still hold those relationships really dear to me now.
Do you have any general advice to the youth who are still unsure about what they want to do?
Yep, definitely be passionate about what you want to do. Ask a lot of questions, talk to a lot of people, don't be shy, start exploring exploring. You know, you can either be an academic learner or you can be a hands-on learner, regardless of what type of learner you are. If you're going in there with the right passion and the right motivation to be able to do things, then you're going to go anywhere. Also planning. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Awesome, thank you Thierry for joining us today. Awesome, thank you Thierry for joining us today. Thank you all for watching and tune in for the next one.